Hi everybody, I'm Nev from the Allergics, and tonight we've got a gig in Bradford, the Underground, with Crashed Out. So I've got the band here with me, so if you'd like to introduce yourselves, lads.
I'm Chris.
And your part in the band?
Scream and Shout.
I'm Spin, bass player.
Lee, guitarist. Chanter.
And we haven't got a drummer at the moment. He's on his way. So can you give us a little bit of a brief history about the band and where the name Crashed Out come from?
That'll be Lee, he started the band.
Right, well, I was about 14, 15 and Chris used to leave his records lying around in the bedroom.
Aye.
I picked them up and started listening to them, decided to buy a guitar, and it was originally the Exploited song where the name came from. Just basically us, just a bunch of lads at school decided to get together and give it a shot.
So the Exploited was
Exploit was a big influence. The old song off I think it's Punk's Not Dead album.
Excellent.
We just named the band after that and just took it from there, you know.
Yeah. And who were the original members of the band?
Original members were Gary Fulcher, Mark Spencer, and we had a few bass players at the time. I can't remember, but we shuffled them round until Spencer came along, found Spin, and that was the solid lineup.
And then how come your big brother got involved?
What date did you come in? What was that?
I came in 2000.
He come in.
Because Gary, the original singer, his mate from school, decided to call it a day. He'd had enough. And I still remember when we were in the shop, he was apprenticing tattooing at the time. He was still getting, I'm still getting messages of people asking what's happening with the band. And at the time, Decker Wade, the drummer out the Upstarts, was kicking around the town, and he was wanting to get a band together. We talked about it, and I just says, well, why don't we have a practice and see where it goes? And we had a practice in the shop, and it just went from there.
That's it.
And that was about 2000.
Here we are 22 years later.
Aye.
Welcome to Bradford.
Seems like 5 minutes ago.
So who's the inspiration behind the songwriting then?
But we'll do a bit. Being honest,
yeah.
like I do quite a few lyrics, but I'm not musical, so I don't try and mess with any tunes at all. Little bits and pieces. I'll have me little bits of what I think will sound good, but that's down to them lot.
Yeah.
We generally just bring a song to the table and then we'll all sort of chip in and mould it. Sometimes it comes in, it's just a raw form, just could be lyrics from him or just a little riff from him. And we'll just put it together and sort of make it, form it in the practice room. And other times we'll come in, he'll have a full song all ready to go, and he knows the chorus and everything, and we'll just go with that. It all depends on the song, really.
Yeah, great. So you've got this year, you've brought your new album out, Against All Odds. I only listened to it, to tell you the truth, just last week. I didn't even know it was out. So Naughty Boy Nev. But no, cracking album, lads. You know what I mean. But why was it such a long time between the last album and this one?
Because we're lazy. Truth be told.
Because you're lazy.
You had a bit bothered with like drummers as well, weren't we? Like Johnny had to take time out. His lass had just started a little family, so another drummer just got him up to scratch with the songs. Then he wanted to call it a day, so then we had to get Johnny back in. We started practicing, just ready to go in the studio. COVID hit, so it was 2 years after that before. It was actually a year after that we got in the studio, but it took a year to get it pressed and to get it. Because of everything that had went on, so it took actually 2 years from when we were ready to go in the studio. And obviously the years before that we were busy gigging, and like the drummers dropping out and coming back in.
Like the songs, sometimes we're coming with ideas that just don't work. It takes a while to weed out the weak songs. Do you know what I mean? And then settle on a good amount.
I think that's how it's. Well, obviously that's the reason why it's a 16 track and all. You know, it's quite a long album. It makes up for the years that we haven't had now.
And your songs aren't short songs neither, are they? You know.
But also, we've done Crash and Burn album, but we've also done a split with the Angelic Upstarts, which was 6 tracks. And we've also done a 4-track split with the Generators. So there's 10 tracks in between that. And a few other little things that we've done, like the Lockdown Blues that we've done. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've seen it,
Lockdown Blues and the cover of Ace of Spades, so that was like online stuff that we've done. So we have been active, but not on the full album thing, you know.
Well, from
it takes time to produce a masterpiece, doesn't it?
It does, Well, from that, I'll jump into your new single, What Have We Done, and the new video released on Friday, wasn't it? Friday,
Yesterday.
So, tell us a little bit about that.
That was just another one, a song that we had, and playing about with tunes. We had a bit of cash left over in the kitty. I was like, why don't we do it? Why don't we put it out? we went out and recorded it. And being honest, it was like quite fast thing, wasn't it? It wasn't really
didn't drag out.
Think much of it. Being honest, like, you know, we'll just get something out there. Let's just do what keep the mojo going, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because we've just done the Solidarity Ukraine one.
Yeah.
So we needed something else to put on the B side.
Yeah.
And that's where that came. But being honest, it's had the most reaction out of any of the videos we put out for years. That's just went crazy.
What time did 1 o'clock yesterday? I watched it.
And again, the video was just put together pretty quick as well, you know.
Yeah.
Just sometimes it's the small things that seem to work, you know.
Yeah.
Basic stuff.
Are you playing it tonight?
What's that?
Are you playing it tonight?
Yeah, it's in the
So right, okay. Look forward to seeing that one then.
I hope we can play it right.
Time will tell. So you've been together a while. So what's sort of your best gig you've ever played, and also the worst gig you've ever played?
I'll jump in with the worst.
You'll jump in the worst.
Erfurt, Germany, 90 what? 95, 6.
But I wasn't
You weren't in the band.
He wasn't in the band, but he was driving.
I was a driver.
Right, he was a driver at the time, and they pulled into this little town and played this gig. I'm not kidding. The sleeping quarters upstairs was just full of mice. So we're like sitting all asleep on mattresses, and you've got them running around. You can hear them running around. One of the lads grabbed a loaf of bread off the bench.
In the morning, that was.
In the morning, and there's a mouse running around. I'd gnawed through the bread. It was hell. But we had to just brave it out. There was nowhere else to go. I mean, the whole town was peppered with, from the wall. The walls were still peppered, you know, the bullet holes and that. It was a rough time. Still hadn't really recovered Germany properly.
We went back to the same venue though years later. It was great, wasn't it? They'd sorted it all out, you know.
I always remember the guy from the Bruisers, because we were on tour with the Bruisers at the time. And Albar from the Dropkicks. He always said, just cracking on to him, he had played it, and he says, "Hey man, every band plays Erfurt once." Crashed out, played it twice. Right? We went back 20 years later, but it was a lot cleaner and a great venue. And actually, some of the guys in the audience were there the first time around. Wow. Like, I remember seeing you, and it was a bit of a surreal moment to see you. 20
So kind of worst gig and a good gig as well.
I suppose.
So best gig, who's got memories of the best gig?
There's loads of really good ones, and one that sticks in my mind is, like, for me personally, so I've done a charity gig for my brother who passed away years ago. We've done a charity gig in his name. We had the Upstarts, we had a load of local bands on, the Upstarts, the Lurkers, Red Alert, us, a few other little bands starting out. And it was just the atmosphere and the money we raised for the charity, and that's the one that's for me, that was my personal best. It wasn't the biggest, but it was the best one. It meant a lot to us.
The Christmas gigs are usually Canning Hall and Trillions, aren't they? They're usually good ones, like, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll jump forward a little bit on that one actually, because years ago, I'm going to ask you the question, where's your favourite venue? Now, years ago, I always used to like when you guys played at the Duke of Cumberland. It used to be a cracking venue. I don't know whether they still put punk gigs on there,
but it's totally finished.
That's what I'm hitting on. What was your favourite kind of venue, or is your favourite venue to play at?
That was great days, because it was Sunday afternoon gigs, wasn't it? And everyone was stood outside, drinking outside, and then just a small, good atmosphere gig.
What about the one at Shieldsways used to play? When he's 15-year-old.
The very first gigs. In South Shields was the Ferry Tavern, and we used to be standing around waiting to go on stage with our guitars, waiting for the strippers to leave the stage. So we were 15, 16, right? Imagine that. We were like kids just standing with guitars, just waiting for it to come off.
And getting all these sleazy old men waiting for the strippers to come back on.
It's crazy days, but
fantastic.
They were just great times.
So onto like sort of touring. You have toured. I know you've travelled Europe and the world. Where's the favourite place you've sort of visited?
Probably Germany, I'd say.
Germany.
Just because even the small little gigs, you're just looked after. You go down well. They're always well appreciated of you. And just the whole seems to be vibrant.
It is in Germany.
It's a good buzz. Just everywhere in Germany, really, I'd say. I mean, I don't like wanting to pinpoint which was better than the others, but on the whole, I like Germany.
Well, Europe's great, Germany, but for me, America was the one.
I was going to ask about America. Did you do a tour with Britpop?
We've done it a couple of times. The gigs are never great for us at that time, but just being out there, the scenery, travelling the highways, just beautiful, you know, really nice place.
That probably was the best tour experience, but to me, I still like Germany. I like going over to Germany, but as he says, America was something special, like,
Yeah.
because
It's not very often you go there really, but as a band, not many bands unless you get on a high level. But we decided to do it kind of a DIY style tour. It was great.
Good, yeah, superb. So, I mean, you've been around quite a while. A lot of you know. You're talking what, 95 to 2022 as a band. Obviously, you set off as a kid. So there is still a good punk scene out there. And I'm one for supporting it. But if there's anything you could change in the punk scene, what would you change, or could you change?
I'd say like try and get more young blood to the gigs instead of just regurgitating the same thing over and over again. And I think the older generation should welcome them in. I don't say, I'm not saying that they don't, but there seems to be a bit where it's kind of like us and them.
Yeah.
You know, you have like the older lot playing their gigs and the younger lot playing their gigs. I'd like to see more come together.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously our stuff will be getting across to the young ones' stuff will be getting across to the older. It just makes the scene stronger, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to see change for the better if I could.
Fantastic. Any of you involved in any other projects?
I've got Monkey Mind on the go, which is a band with Olga, Toy Dolls.
Toy Dolls, yeah.
Aye. Still fairly early days. I mean, we've got an album out, but we haven't done any gigs or anything yet. Hopefully getting that up and running after Christmas.
Yeah, what do you call it again?
Monkey Mind.
Monkey Mind.
Aye.
Nice one.
Tell them what it means.
You what?
Tell them what it means.
Monkey Mind.
What does it mean?
It's just the internal chatter of the brain, you know. Everyone's got a little monkey at the back of the brain that
And you've got nothing on the go at the moment?
No, I'm too busy with the shop and
with the tattoo
life.
and then yeah.
Aye.
So, guys, so what do you most enjoy about being in a punk band, you guys?
Just the whole scene, the whole travelling, going to different shows, meeting people, playing my music, having a few beers on a weekend, and just getting away and enjoying it. Really, you know, that's what it means to me.
So finally, we'll just wrap it up. So, what does the future hold for Crashed Out, and any advice for any new bands and followers of Crashed Out?
Well, probably another album next year, hopefully, if we can get our arse into gear and get writing.
Not another 10 year.
No. I think someone might be popping my clogs by then. So I think we'll try and get it out quickly. I just keep going, really. Keep at it.
I think that's a message in it. Keep going.
As long as you're happy with what you're doing.
It's pretty much all we know now. So we just got to carry on till the end, I suppose.
Fantastic. Right, guys, thanks very much for your time and enjoy tonight.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.